Khazanah Nasional is divesting a 16% stake in IHH Healthcare to Japan's Mitsui Co for 8.42 billion ringgit or 6 ringgit a share. With the divestment, Khazanah's shareholding in the hospital operator will drop to 26.05%. This would make Mitsui the single largest shareholder in IHH, with its stake increasing from 18 to 34% once the deal is done. Khazanah and EPF will collectively retain 35%. Khazanah says the divestment forms an important part of the restructuring of its portfolio, which stood at 157.2 billion ringgit in 2017. Its MD, Datuk Seri Najib says the deal also clearly shows the confidence of Mitsui in the growth of the IHH platform. The transaction is expected to be completed by the first quarter of 2019. IHH has around 10,000 beds across 49 hospitals in 9 countries. Datuk Seri Najib Razak has come out to explain why he had rejected proof of wrongdoings by 1MDB mastermind Low Taek Jho, presented to him in 2015 by the Edge Media Group chairman Tong Kui Ong. His statement comes hours after Iskandar Puteri MP and veteran DAP politician Lim Kit Siang highlighted Najib's thunderous silence on Tong's claim. Najib said today that he had shown Tong the door as the latter's revelations were made based on emails stolen by a disgruntled employee, Andre Xavier Justo. He added that there was also an allegation that the documents had been amended and pointed out that Justo had been convicted in Thailand for blackmail. Furthermore, he said PetroSaudi had denied the allegation. Meanwhile, 1MDB's auditor then had confirmed that the value of the units guaranteed by Abar Corporation and did not raise any doubts over the existence of Abar's guarantee. Najib said Wong and Partners, which was hired by 1MDB to prepare the agreement and witness the fund's transactions with the companies, also did not find anything wrong. Maybank reported a 3% drop in third quarter net profit to 1.96 billion ringgit. This was on the back of higher insurance claims and as allowances for impairment losses on loans increased. Revenue-wise, it was up 4% to 12.06 billion ringgit. For the cumulative 9 months of FY18, the lender's earnings climbed 7% to 5.79 billion ringgit on the back of 35.09 billion ringgit in revenue. Maybank Group President and CEO Datuk Abdul Farid Alias warns that the prolonged geopolitical situation remains a key concern, as it would influence global growth, including Asia, where Maybank has most of its operations. However, the group believes that its solid franchise in the region, as well as its strong fundamentals, can help buffer it from much of the uncertainties that could arise in the future. He adds that Maybank will remain agile to adjust to rapid market changes, while looking for opportunities for growth. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, the group expects its financial performance for 2018 to be satisfactory against the expected growth prospects of its key home markets. CIMB's third quarter net profit rose 4.2% to 1.18 billion ringgit, buoyed by its consumer and commercial banking business. Revenue, however, slipped 6% to 4.14 billion ringgit due to a decline in non-interest and net interest income. For its 9 months in FY18, net profit saw a 31% bump to 4.47 billion ringgit, while top line was 6% higher at 13.31 billion ringgit. Group Chief Executive Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Aziz says CIMB remains on track to meet its key T18 targets. However, the lender remains cautious amidst weaker regional economies and global trade tensions. Against this backdrop, he says, CIMB will continue to control asset quality and costs across all businesses and geographies. In the meantime, it will finalize its next midterm plan to propel CIMB onto a stronger growth trajectory. Think Tank Ideas warns that the fares for both e-hailing services and taxis may increase if Putrajaya does not relax its regulations on the sector. Ideas wrote in its policy paper that it generally welcomes the government's approach of regulating instead of outright banning e-hailing ride services. However, it says the proposed regulations will create significant new costs and barriers for drivers. This will lead to a significant drop in drivers as well as less competition and innovation from new firms. Ultimately, it means that Malaysian users will have fewer choices and potentially higher prices. IDEA says these consequences largely arise from the government's approach of copying across existing regulations applied to traditional taxi services. It recommends that the government take the opportunity for a blank slate approach by reforming the regulations for both e-hailing and traditional taxi services to make them more competitive. These reforms include cutting the cost of licenses and avoiding controlling the fares imposed.